The Toronto Maple Leafs seem to have finally found their rhythm after a turbulent stretch that saw the team post a 1-4-1 record in their last 6 games. Now, with 3 consecutive wins, the question on everyone's mind is, were the changes made at the trade deadline crucial to the team's recovery, or are we simply witnessing a passing phase of good results? Will these trades truly be what shapes the future of the Leafs? On the final day of the trade deadline, March 7th, the Leafs made some significant moves, parting with first-round picks and players who have been considered key pieces of the roster. Fraser Minten, Nikita Grebenkin, Conor Timmins, and Connor Dewar were traded, and in return, the team brought in 2 reinforcements, Scott Laughton and Carlo. These moves cleared up cap space and increased the competitiveness of the team. But was it really worth it? Now, imagine this. Fraser Minten, that promising young player who just posted an outstanding performance with 3 goals and 4 points to the Providence Bruins. This left many Leafs fans wondering if the decision to let Minten go was really the right one. When he exploded with an impressive season in the AHL, the Toronto fan base felt a chill, wondering what the team might have lost by parting with a rising talent. The reality is that, while Minten's performance is impressive, his departure may have been necessary to accommodate Carlo's arrival and balance the roster more effectively. Here's where the situation gets even more interesting. The arrival of Carlo was a crucial move for the Leafs. Toronto's defense needed stability, and Carlo, with his experience and defensive skills, may be exactly what the team needed. He brought a renewed energy to the defense, and it was this addition that helped strengthen the team during a critical stretch of the season. But the real question is he the type of defender who can truly make the difference in whether the Leafs make it to the playoffs or not? Now, let's talk about a name that seems to have caused quite a stir, Connor Dewar. When Dewar was traded, many Leafs fans felt that a young talent was being wasted. However, what no one expected was a revolution Dewar would cause in the Pittsburgh Penguins. In just 4 games with the Penguins, Dewar scored 3 goals. This is a real turnaround, as he only had 1 goal in 54 games with the Leafs. How is this possible? Did Dewar finally find his place in Pittsburgh, in a less pressurized market, where he can focus on his game and not worry about fitting into a star-studded lineup? This is where it gets even more intriguing. Kyle Dubas, the former general manager of the Leafs, was responsible for making these trades that shook up the franchise. He was the one who capitalized on Dewar and Timmins situations, freeing up cap space and enabling the acquisition of Carlo at the 11th hour. Today, he's seeing the fruits of his decision, as the Penguins team seems to be reaping the benefits of these moves. On the other hand, will the Leafs miss Dewar and his recent strong performances? Or was letting the player go the right move to make room for more impactful players in the long run? Now, we have to reflect. Will Dewar really become a key piece of the Penguins in the future, or are we just seeing a hot streak? The question lies in the impact he could have on a team with fewer stars and more space for him to shine. What's interesting to note is that when Dewar was with the Leafs, he was stuck on a highly competitive roster, which naturally limited his playing time and opportunities to showcase his value. And what does this mean for the Leafs? The departure of Dewar and Timmins, as painful as it may have been for some, allowed the Leafs to acquire defensemen they so desperately needed. The truth is, in a season full of expectations and challenges, the Leafs needed to make tough decisions to improve their overall structure. And while losing Dewar may leave some fans with doubts, the arrival of Carlo and Laughton may be exactly what gives the Leafs the stability they need to compete for championships in the coming seasons. But here's the point that will leave everyone thinking. What if Dewar really establishes himself as a key piece of the Penguins in the future? What could this mean for Dubas' reputation and the evaluation of these trades? It's a fair question to raise, as Dubas' moves so far seem to have been well thought out, but only time will tell if he really made the right move by allowing Dewar to go to Pittsburgh. And for you, Leafs fan, the big question remains, will the decision to let Dewar go be remembered as a smart long-term move? Or will he become a star who could shine in Toronto? It's not an easy question to answer, but it's one that will definitely stay on the minds of the fans. Now, if you're enjoying this analysis and want to know more about NHL moves, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Don't miss any updates on what's happening with the Toronto Maple Leafs and other teams in the league. And in the meantime, leave a comment. What trade do you think the Leafs should have made to further improve the team? And before you go, make sure to click on the next video, where we'll explore how these recent changes could impact the Leafs' chances of advancing to the playoffs. You won't want to miss it.